We have wine.
We have wine.
We have wine.
Surprise.
Welcome back to Babes in Voiceland. We are so glad that you're joining us for another one of our shows, our episodic shows, our epic shows.
Okay.
And for those of you that are new viewers, I am Diana.
Beth.
Terry,
Welcome.
to Babes in Voiceland.
Welcome.
Well, got a lot to talk about this show.
We do have a lot to talk about. We always have a lot to talk about, if you've noticed.
Yeah.
But we're women. All women have a lot to talk about. And every guy will say amen.
We have our clock, our effing clock that keeps us on time to make sure we don't go totally
See,
over.
I try to call him Mr. Clock in case kids are watching, but they will not allow it.
No.
It's the
Effing clock. For a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that have watched the show a lot, you know that I'm kind of the person that has pet peeves. I have two pet peeves that everybody knows about. One is torn jeans. Watch some of the previous shows. You'll get all caught up on that. The other is gray everything. Paint, carpet, furniture, cars, gray everything. Okay, so my next pet peeve is, why is everything called a hack? Everything. I'm tired of it. Everything's a hack. A hack. A hack. It's a shortcut that's supposed to be helpful, blah, 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 blah. But you know
Try
what?
this hack.
Try this makeup hack. Try this storage hack. Try this, I don't know, make whatever. What? No, but here's the deal. Hack is supposed to be positive because it's a shortcut.
Right.
But hack is actually a negative word, like you're hacking at something, or you got hacked. I got hacked. My Facebook page got hacked last week.
mine
That's
got-
not a good thing. The
No.
Russians hacked our oil pipeline. That's not a good thing.
Well,
Right.
I'm not, because listen, I've kind of tuned down from news or social media or anything because I get too frustrated. So where are they saying all this hacked? I don't even know.
Everywhere you look, hashtag hack this, hashtag. If you're on Facebook or some other social media, what do they scroll up all the time? Check out this hack for this. Check out. It's annoying.
But if it was back in Chicago with Al Capone, that hack would be a different.
No, that would be to whack.
Well, true, unless they were
Lot of
using a
whacking and
hacksaw.
hacking.
That's
They were using a hacksaw.
It's when you got whacked. Okay? Now I'm just
whacked.
hacked. Hacked. When you're hacked, it means you're mad.
It does.
I am so hacked off. It means you're mad.
I don't like it.
So exactly, that's my whole point.
I don't
So
like
stop
it.
hashtag hacking everything, if you would, please. Thank you very much. And
On that note,
while we are on the subject of things that really torque you,
Yeah.
at the very beginning of the summer, you guys, we said in our June show
right, we did.
that it was getting too hot too soon, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so the whole Southwest region and the Northwest region actually had really ridiculous temperatures.
Bad heat wave.
But the
Yeah.
thing that was hardest on us was a couple weeks ago when it hit 117. And I have proof. I have proof of that. 117 degrees.
Well-
and it doesn't matter that it's a dry heat.
I have to say,
117
usually I
degrees.
disagree with you guys, and I usually say, but I love the heat. I do that all the time. But
But
I have to tell you,
Not me at all.
you may have noticed when you came in, all those cement pavers at the front door. Maybe
I
you
did
didn't
see
notice.
those. I did.
We've decided to add some pavers to extend the driveway a little bit.
Okay.
And
Because Grady bought a Bubba truck.
Yeah.
He's got to move it over a little bit.
well, you know what? So he doesn't
love
step
his
out
truck.
in the zones. I love his
love
truck.
his truck.
The
Okay, good.
truck's name is Blackie.
Blackie the Bubba truck.
Blackie the truck.
Okay.
It's a Ford F-150. So, we go to get these pavers, and I kept saying, let's get it early in the morning because it's cool.
Cooler, yeah.
Well,
It was
he
that
doesn't
way,
get
but-
ready. It's like 11 o'clock and 117. I almost died.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, babe, seriously, we got to take a break. I mean, he was okay. He's like, well, I'm used to working construction. I'm like, but I'm not.
See?
Yeah.
So
See?
I do have to say it was too hot to go to Home Depot for pavers.
Yes, and it's even with a pool in your backyard, which thank God we have. You don't want to be out there because the sun literally sears through your retinas and your corneas and every layer of skin that you have. And so today we got some cloud cover. We're
do.
digging
So now
that.
It's humid.
It's kind of humid,
But
Little
still
thunder
warm
and
enough
lightning.
to swim.
absolutely. So it's only
Around the thunder and lightning.
only about 100 degrees
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
We're having a cool wave.
Yeah, see, this is the funny thing. 100 degrees on the way upwards is misery. It's like,
Right.
oh God, it's going to be
fine, yeah.
100 degrees today. But when you're coming down from 117, then it's like, oh, thank God, it's only going to
100.
be 100 degrees
Yeah.
today. See, it's all
There
about
you go.
perspective.
Oh, absolutely.
That
And
is
temperature
true.
is
So,
definitely relative.
I'm really hacked about the heat. And I'm hoping that it cools down for a few more days before it goes hot again. So that's
There you go.
that's it.
That's your rant.
That's it. Hacked about the
The
heat.
rant is over.
I'm done. Okay.
Well, that was kind of short, actually. Just kind of like my summer was.
Oh,
The short
yeah.
side.
True.
Yeah, because the summer this year was very short.
Explain if you would.
Well, we did the extended school year because this last year with COVID and being online and all the problems with trying to keep the kids educated and learning a whole new system, it had some pluses and had some minuses. We've talked, a little bit about our education system before on the show. And so with all the money that the government has and is printing and passing out,
money.
Yeah, we were able
Our
to,
money.
we were able to extend school this summer for the kids that really needed it, which was really good.
Right.
And so we worked the whole month of June. So we really only kind of have July off, even though we're taking classes, and then August 4th we start right back up. So in this heat, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the air conditioning will work because it works.
so you've
spotty.
only had a 4-week summer vacation,
Yeah,
basically.
Basically. That's all
How
it was.
rude.
But I was taking classes, and because we're rolling out a new math program district-wide, and we're doing, so
But
I
don't
was
you
taking
guys
classes.
remember when we were kids, summer lasted forever?
It did.
And they never had back to school sales ads until the middle of August because you never went back to school until
after Labor Day.
But-
And then you couldn't wear white anymore.
That's
like we're
correct.
wearing. There was no white after Labor Day.
No
And
white shoes.
I'm not
no.
wearing white.
Yeah. All your white got put away. You already put
My
yours
white's
away.
put away. Yeah, I just felt like wearing blue. There's no other reason. They wanted to wear white. I said,
It's not because she's feeling blue.
I wore-
it's just
I wore white
She
on the
loves
4th of
blue.
July, and I do love blue.
because
Thank
it's
you.
the eyes, her eyes.
it's
See
her
how it
favorite
picks up
color?
the color of her. That's what
that's
it is.
why-
So on a later show, when we quiz you what's her favorite color, you'll know.
You'll know.
You know
blue.
what?
What?
We should, a few shows down the road, ask a question that you have to go back to another show if you don't remember.
Pop quiz.
For a
Surprise prize.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a
So
lot of
how
prizes
funny.
to give
Watch
away.
the 4th of July show and then
Yeah.
the show after that, and you'll know all about how we coined the phrase surprise prize.
Well, Diana coined it.
But it's ours now.
She copyrighted it, I think.
Yeah, trademarked it, copyrighted it, whatever.
It's Diana's.
It's Diana's.
But it's ours.
Yeah,
And it's
surprise
yours. You play along and you guess right, or you lead us in a good direction, you
Yeah.
are eligible for
A
a
surprise.
surprise prize.
That is
You'll
very
see.
true.
Oh, and we
Yeah.
have to remind our viewers and our new viewers too.
That's true. 'Cause we
There's
have
a
lot of
treasure
those.
trove of prizes in Beth's garage. They're casino prizes, high quality,
But
really
they
cool
are
stuff.
good ones. I remember when we had our Halloween party and we
Yes.
were all dressed up in costumes and we had prizes for the best costumes.
There was a
Yes.
whole table full of prizes in Beth's
I got these
family room.
great margarita glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And I can put. I did. I got these wonderful margarita glasses
You
that
know,
I use
whenever
when I'm
there's
not
a
using
big
the lime
party,
on my
well, we
forehead.
used to belong to a big group that is non-existent now, but whenever we'd have a party, it was so much fun to just give out drawing tickets and get a bunch of casino prizes and let everybody win something. Everyone likes to win.
And just so you guys know, too, we just talked about Grady's Bubba truck. That's so big they got to put pavers so he doesn't
Well-
step out on the gravel. But she has a 3-car garage. We talked about this, but there's only 1 car in it because the rest of it's filled to the rafters with.
Not that bad, but it does.
She's got her cans in there
not
too.
that bad.
You know.
I got a lot of stuff, but it's.
I'm telling
tidy.
you, you could go on a.
Grady just cleaned out the
Scavenger
garage. It's
hunt
tidy. You're
in
making
there.
it sound like it looks like a junkyard.
No, that's not what I
it's
mean.
mine
What did I
is
say on the last
a
show?
mess.
I said it's organized.
Thank you.
I said that. Go to the
Organized.
last show. It's full of really cool prizes and it's
is. It's
organized.
very organized.
In
Although
fact-
Terry said hers is.
Yeah, a little more, mishmash and kind of a mess. But
But-
we moved the oldest to California to
Right.
start his new job, and so we got rid of a lot of his stuff.
Oh.
Went with him, which is really nice. We couldn't quite get it all there. We had to kind of caravan. We took Dave's truck and the U-Haul and his SUV, my son's, and his girlfriend's car, and four cars.
That's a
to
lot
get
of
all the stuff there,
stuff.
and we still left stuff at the house. They're gonna have
How
to
old
come
is
back. 30.
And tell him what he's doing now.
Yeah.
I respect this.
Border Patrol. So yeah, he just got out of the academy, and he's going to be doing Border Patrol, and he'll have to clue us in on what it's
That
really
is a
like.
We'll let you
serious
know.
job.
We'll let you know the
Wow.
real scoop.
Yeah.
Okay?
Jobs.
We won't say his name, but we'll let you know the real scoop.
Yeah,
What's
because
going on.
it can be kind of scary. He was talking about how they kind of downplay their jobs to their neighbors because you don't know who's who. He's only 10 miles from the border, and it's kind of like with the cartels, the area he's in, it's more human trafficking than drug trafficking, which is a few miles further down. He says, and it's dangerous. People end up getting hurt.
Well,
so
we wish
Hats
him the
off
best. Hats
to her
off.
son.
yeah,
Really,
love
here's
you,
to
sweetie.
you, kid.
That's
Yeah,
It's a
I'll drink
great
to that.
job.
cheers. So we're going to
What's next on the list?
Well, before, remember my
I
do you
love
remember
those.
cards? And it does say for after dinner amusement. Well, or after drink amusement. No.
we haven't done these in a long time. I think we're back at the studio.
These are fun.
Maybe, yeah. Where you go ahead and you ask questions and you remember things, from
Okay.
when you were younger or
Let's
maybe
have
not
it.
so young.
Let's
So
have
I've got a few in here for us to kind of take a look at. So, well, I'll just take this one right off the top here.
Let's do it.
It says, do you remember, talking about jobs, do you remember your first job?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, who wants to go first and tell us about their first job?
I will. My very first job, I was 15. You weren't supposed to get a job till you're 16 back in the day.
Back in the day.
And it was a card shop. A lovely lady owned a card, Hallmark cards.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
was
thinking
going to
like
say.
playing cards because we're here in Vegas, a card
like
shop.
greeting cards. And it was on Cicero Avenue. And my mom went in. I really wanted to get a job. I just wanted to start making money.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my mom took me in there and she talked to the lady and told her I was responsible and I'd do a good job. And every day after school, I would go right to the card shop and just rearrange the cards because people would throw them everywhere and make a mess.
Yeah.
And
Like they still do.
I'd rearrange all the cards, for the lady, and I probably didn't make much. I don't know what I
Remember
made.
how much you made?
It could have been $5 an hour. I don't know. I was 15
Wow.
years
That was
old.
big
a
money
lot.
back then.
was rich.
Whatever. I don't remember, honestly. I'm guessing.
It was teenage
Because
wages.
Yeah.
It was, okay, if I was 15, it was 1967. So
Probably $2
whatever
an hour.
I made. I don't know what I made, but it didn't matter. I had a job, I was making money, and I was proud of myself.
Oh, yeah, you should be.
So, and then sometimes the lady's husband couldn't get there to take her home. She was handicapped. She had had polio when she was younger, and she was the sweetest lady. So my dad had come to pick me up, and if her husband couldn't get there, my dad would drive her home, and then we'd go home and have dinner. But it was really fun just to
Really
have
cool.
a nice job and make money.
That is cool.
That's a really good story.
So mine is along the same lines as far as babysitting doesn't count because we all did that in our
Yeah.
early teens. But I got a job at a fast food restaurant. I was 15. That was back when you lied about your age. So you could get a job and they didn't check. And it was probably one of the best experiences I could have ever
Really?
had. Yes.
Nice.
It was. First of all, the food there was phenomenal. The place was called the Food Factory, and they had everything that you could imagine. They had everything from hamburgers and French fries to burritos and tacos.
Wow.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
just insane. And
Yeah.
everything they made was from scratch. So there was no frozen this, prepackaged that, everything. So the taco meat was in this huge rectangular aluminum pan, and you had to make it and stir it and season it and drain it. We even made the refried beans from scratch. This is hilarious. So they
Nice.
had these huge sacks
Right.
of beans
Okay.
that you would have to rip open and pour out on this big stainless steel counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'd have to sift through all of these pinto beans and pick out the pebbles that were in there.
Really?
Then you put them in the pressure cooker. So two of my coworkers were horsing around in the back one day when they were pressure cooking the beans for the refried beans, only they didn't clamp down the top
Uh-oh.
on the pressure cooker.
I can only imagine.
And I had to close that night. And there was a whole procedure you had to follow. Needless to say, the lid blew. and there was beads everywhere, on the ceiling, on the walls, on the floor. And I walked in the back and I looked at my two friends and I said, I am not cleaning this up. But it was a good experience. I learned a lot about responsibility.
Did they help you clean it? Did you?
I didn't clean it.
Oh,
I
you
didn't make that
made
mess.
them.
No. But we had to chop onions by hand. We made the
So
burger
you really
patties
did
by
the
hand.
cooking?
Everything.
All you kids.
We did.
That's awesome.
We waited at the customers, at the counter, and at the drive-through.
Right.
We did the cooking. So depending on where you got assigned, you could be working the taco burrito bar. You could be working the grill
that
and making the
nice?
burgers.
Wow.
But the worst thing though was we chopped all the onions fresh. You guys know what it's like when you've been chopping onions.
You're crying.
Oh, it was
fingers.
not only that, your hands stunk like onions. So I learned some tricks with the lemons and all that other stuff. But it was a great job. I worked there my junior and senior years of high school. Learned a lot about responsibility, multitasking.
Isn't that nice?
All that stuff. So it was a
that is
really
really
good
cool.
first job. And it paid peanuts. I mean, my God, we were in high school and stuff, but I was like you. I wanted to have money.
Yep.
I got my license when I was 16. I had to pay for my car insurance. And it was an interesting work experience. I learned a lot about a lot of things.
Listen, we were just happy to have money for records,
God,
for,
yeah.
for
Oh,
burgers
God,
and
yeah.
shakes.
Yeah.
You know,
all those extra things that mom wouldn't buy.
Exactly.
My mom would buy the generic stuff from Kmart back then.
Yep.
So it was the generic shampoo and the generic
Yep.
jeans and
Yep.
the generic tennis shoes. So if I wanted anything that had a brand name on it, I had to pay for it myself.
Same with me.
So my first paychecks and monies went towards, fancier shampoo to make my hair fluffier, or, the designer jeans or the tennis shoes.
Yeah, I know.
Had to do that.
What was your first
Absolutely.
job?
Oh, it was working, and it was only fast. I was only there like 2 weeks because it was Dunkin' Donuts. I was only there 2 weeks. And at the end of your shift, you could take home a box of donuts every time you
Oh.
worked. I got sick of donuts really quick. I still
I bring
why I
donuts
don't-
whenever we're going to film, and she won't ever eat a donut. Now
had
I know
two
why.
this morning.
Yeah.
I had two.
Ooh. But yeah, and we learned how to make the donuts, and it had a little counter in there, and the police would come in and you'd serve them coffee and
Cops,
make the coffee.
donut shop.
Yeah, of course, right?
It's
But-
classic.
Yeah, the manager there though gave me the willies, so I didn't stay very long, and then I took a job at a family restaurant. Which,
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Interesting.
that's
very cool.
But it was Dunkin' Donuts. That was my first.
That's cool. That's very cool. Who knew? You know what? We tell you guys things, but we learn so much about each other doing these shows.
Yeah.
We'll bring up a subject and we've never really talked about it, and it's kind of fun.
And we learn about each other at the same time you're learning about us. What do you think about that?
You know what? If you're watching this show with a friend, ask them the questions we're asking each other. You get to know your friends better.
There you go.
You just read my mind, because that's part of it. Hopefully, you guys are sitting back and going, "Oh, I remember my first job," and it's bringing back hopefully some smiles.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Get a few chuckles maybe now that you can look back at it in hindsight.
It wasn't
Might
fun
be a lot
going home
more fun.
smelling like a Macho Combo burrito every night, but hey, I survived it.
She made
That's
money.
right. Yeah.
What else we got
Absolutely.
here?
Well, you know what? Since you said that about a Macho Combo burrito, I've got one here. It says, "Do you remember a favorite snack from childhood?"
Yes. Do yours first.
Oh, I don't think I had a favorite. Maybe s'mores, because we didn't get them very often, and we would do
That was a Bonfire, Michigan thing.
Yeah, so you'd have the
Yeah.
bonfires in the summer, and then you'd get the graham crackers and the chocolate and the marshmallows, and then it was a whole art trying to get the marshmallow toasted enough without burning it.
Right.
And you only did that
in the summer.
in the summer. So it was kind of a seasonal
cool.
thing.
Yeah.
And the first time my kids had it, we were like at a hibachi grill at a restaurant, and we were making them, and then they made them at home on the stove.
Yeah,
right?
that's
'Cause
cool.
We don't. But yeah, so I think it would be that, because it's kind of a seasonal.
about you?
Fun thing.
Okay, don't get grossed out.
Okay.
You're talking to me.
to foodies.
Wait till you hear mine.
I know
Yeah.
you guys are going to think this is really gross, but peanut butter and Miracle Whip sandwiches.
Oh.
That does not bother me at all. I would rather have peanut butter and fluff, make a fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter, yeah. No, mine was peanut butter
Fluffernutters,
and Miracle
no.
Whip, yeah.
That doesn't gross me out at all. In fact, I may try it someday.
Because you're adventurous that way.
I am.
And yours was?
Mine was one of two things. Either salami and grape jelly sandwich on white bread,
I'm
or
sorry.
liver sausage and grape jelly sandwich on white bread.
white
In
bread.
fact, The other day I'm at Albertsons and I said, I haven't had liver sausage in a long, long time. So I bought some, and I happened to have one of those, the things with the cheese and crackers and salami.
Yeah.
Like a Lunchable thing?
Yeah, Lunchable thing. When Albertsons had the game, I got it free. That's why. I got it.
Okay.
So it's sitting in the refrigerator, and I'm like, I'm going to combine them all. So a couple days ago, I had liver sausage, salami, and grape jelly on a croissant, and it was rocking.
Oh my gosh, Beth.
Try it.
Liverwurst. Liverwurst. And grape
Yum.
jelly.
Yeah, you know what's really liverwurst, but in Chicago, you always say liver sausage.
Oh, see, it was always liverwurst when...
Yeah, it was
Same thing,
liverwurst in Michigan.
It's the same thing.
Seriously, it's good.
It's
Try it.
kind of like those, Monte Cristo sandwiches. Do you remember those? It used to have the jelly that is served on the side. It was the meat and the cheese and the bread, and they deep fry them.
Yeah.
And then they would serve it with jelly.
It was a ham and a
sugar on it.
cheese,
Uh-huh.
and they would dip the
Yeah.
bread like a French toast,
Yep.
and then they would put it on the griddle.
Yep.
They would put powdered sugar
sugar.
on it, and then have a side of jelly.
Yeah. So, hey, Beth knew what she's talking about, I guess. She was ahead of the curve.
Wouldn't it be great to have a restaurant where you could go to get all this weird old-time stuff?
I don't know.
S'mores, peanut butter and Miracle Whip.
Peanut butter, peanut butter
That would be
Miracle
cool.
on white bread.
Cool.
You know what? I was going to talk about my memory lane story, but seriously, we've been going a long time.
Next show?
Should we save it for next show?
Yeah, actually we could, because it kind of goes with what we're going to be doing soon.
Okay.
We
That's
got
a
kind of
teaser, by the way.
Surprise for you guys.
It's a
We're
teaser.
Not going to tell you yet.
So we'll do it
Yeah.
later. You got that shit right.
You got that shit right.
That's
is right.
a clue, but you won't know it till next show.
I'm gonna start humming in a minute. Anyway,
We're so glad you joined us. This
We
has
are.
been
Thank
fun.
you.
We always enjoy going down memory lane, and we hope you guys do too. You know.
okay. Look at how much wine is there. Look at how much wine is here. Look at how little wine is there.
You know, cheers.
Here you go.
Cheers to you guys.
Love ya.
Take care. We'll see you again next time.
And?
I'm waiting.
Oh, I guess we better do
What are we
We're just
waiting
smiling for 3 seconds. We'll do it again. 3 seconds and you start
I
yakking.
didn't know if we were toasting or what we were doing.
All right.
We're, yeah.
Smile quiet.